Hello, Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. This is your weekly bonus content. Boom, 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 boom. You are all helping to make Gotham great again, everybody. So there was an article, I saw it in the Wall Street Journal, and I got another source on it too, about, this is fun. And there's a word in the title, and I'm gonna see if you can figure out which word in the title is why I put it on Patreon, because it'd be demonetized. I don't know, just take a guess. See if you can figure it out. Which one? Saudi money flows into Silicon Valley. Did you think Silicon Valley is why it was going to get demonetized? You were right. Come on, we all know. You put the big SA on there, boom. Google's going to flag you. Saudi money flows into Silicon Valley. With it, qualms. The kingdom is now the largest single investor in the United States startups, an unsettling fact for Silicon Valley. So what's going on here is, because that journalist was killed in the Turkey embassy by the Saudis, everyone's starting to question, why are we having a relationship with them, right? They're questioning a lot. They're doing whatever they can, the corporate media and Wall Street Journal, but pretty sure they're corporate, is really trying to distract from what's going on in Yemen, you know, and the real relationship that we have with the Saudis and have had. You know, so overall, I'm glad the mainstream media is trying. We're getting like regular, like more Americans are going, hey, wait a minute, why are we in business with these folks? That overall, that's a good thing. But I just want everyone to be very leery of this maybe trying to divert us into like, oh, the one bad incident. You know, it's that thing of like, you know, somebody gets busted, like you broke into my house, you stole everything, you smashed stuff up, you vandalized, you know, you had sex with my spouse, you've emptied my bank accounts, you ate all my food, and they go, hey, I didn't eat all your food, I just had a little bit. And they just get you to argue about how much food did or did they not eat versus the bigger issue of they're filthy criminals. That's a standard distraction tactic, right? That's what people do. So let's make sure, we'll go into this, and this is important, but let's really uncover why this is happening, okay? As international backlash grows over Saudi Arabia's alleged involvement with the possible murder of a journalist, Silicon Valley faces a potentially unsettling fact. It's unsettling that Silicon Valley is doing business, is basically now getting bought up and funded by the Saudis. It's unsettling that they're doing business with a government that beheads people. It's unsettling that we are helping the Saudis in a proxy war against Iran and Yemen that's murdering 120 kids a day. It's unsettling. It's unsettling. You know what's unsettling? Unsettling is, you know, fingers on a chalkboard. That's unsettling, right? Bombing the poorest country in the world with American-made rockets that are refueled by the United States military, by Saudi aircraft that are purchased, again, it's American aircraft that we're buying from American defense contractors. That's not unsettling, okay? That's not unsettling. Yeah, it's like saying, boy, Jeffrey Dahmer was a little unsettling. It's a little unsettling, that guy murdering people and then boiling their skulls. It's a little unsettling. Fucking a corpse is unsettling. And the idealistic mantras of these companies could come under fire in the following disappearance of the journalist. Let me go back to this, though. The kingdom is now the largest single funding source of U.S. startups. Gee, that's weird. That when Facebook goes after like pro-Palestinian sites on Facebook, but doesn't go after, that's weird. When they went after Alex Jones, and us on the left going, look, I think Alex Jones is reprehensible. I don't like Alex Jones at all. calling out the victims' families of like the mass shootings as liars and crisis. I think that's deplorable. But I said, and many of us on the left said, if they censor Alex Jones, they'll censor everyone else. And sure enough, think, you know, all these Black Lives Matter and all of these anti-police brutality sites, they all got pulled. Think Progress, they all got pulled. Gee, it's weird. These startups, these tech companies are getting Saudi money. Weird. Here's another article that was in The Verge. An idealistic mantras of these companies could come under fire following the disappearance of the U.S. journalist. This was in TheVerge.com. Both links are going to be in the notes below. Last week, news surfaced that Saudi Arabian officials were suspected to have killed U.S. journalist Jamal Khashoggi, allegedly torturing and dismantling him inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. You remember the Saudis, right? They were the majority of the 9/11 bombers, just to our allies. Across Washington, officials are now discussing ways to penalize the country for killing, whether through sanctions or other methods. Again, that's what Jeffrey Dahmer should have gotten. Not life in prison, but sanctions. We should sanction Jeffrey Dahmer for that. Just make it hard for him to go to the store after he tortured and killed people. Sanctions. That's what we should have done with Germany. Just sanctioned the country that put human beings into ovens. It's just sanction them. Okay. But that reaction could create unexpected problems for U.S. tech companies, which have received billions in investment from Saudi Arabia in recent years. Billions of investment. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has poured money into American tech companies both directly and indirectly as part of an initiative to diversify the country's oil-dependent economy. It's called Vision 2030, and the Saudis hope to invest at least $2 trillion within the next 2 decades in industries like energy and technology. The move has made Saudi Arabia the biggest investor in U.S. tech startups, a status that may now have uncomfortable implications for the industry at large. $2 trillion? Hey, assholes, why don't you just put it all into green technology? Just say, look, our oil, which made us like the richest kingdom ever, we can buy all these American weapons, it's killing the earth. We want to be part of the solution. That's what you could do. Instead, we're going to murder a journalist and give women the right to drive for the first time in 2018. Wow. So progressive. Women get to drive, murder a journalist. It's unsettling. It's unsettling when they behead somebody. It's unsettling. Then a woman gets stoned to death because she has an affair. It's unsettling. The nation's sovereign public investment fund has been one of the largest means of direct investing into American tech companies like Uber, investing $3.5 billion in the rideshare in 2016. The Crown Prince also invested $45 billion into a SoftBank subsidiary, the Vision Fund. Oh boy. Which made subsequent investments in a number of U.S. tech companies. The Vision Fund made significant investments into Slack, DoorDash, and Nvidia. Slack declined to comment, and DoorDash did not respond to requests for comment as of publication. That's what these tech companies are doing. I don't begrudge anyone that just has a job with a startup. We all need jobs. I get it. And I'm sure there's that culture at the startup, and it's cool, and we're doing something new and young, and it's awesome. We're creating these things. But look at this. Again, food delivery. I mean, I've used Slack. It's a good teamwork, thing. You could be doing all of this. They could be spending, as I said, $2 trillion to get America and the whole world and the Middle East from being an oil-dependent economy. I mean, this is... Wouldn't that suck if you worked for a startup and you thought you were doing something cool and you're working in the tech space and everyone's got hoodies and skateboard shoes, and then, oh, you're funded by evil. Man, that would piss me off. It's awful. But here's what we're doing. We're arguing now or disputing all of this stuff. Here's what we're talking about. Well, why did they give to this and why do they give to that? Doesn't this feel like a distraction a little bit? Not that this isn't valid and we should know this information. We should know that the Saudis are doing this. But we should also be, nowhere in either of these articles does it say that Trump sold them $100 billion in weapons. Obama sold them $113 billion in weapons. That's not in these articles in the mainstream media. There's no mention in any of these articles. Anything, do we see anything about Yemen in here? Anything about Yemen? No? No Yemen? No Yemen talk from the Wall Street Journal? Do you see this? It's good to pay attention to what they're doing. It is good. Largest single funding source for U.S. startups. That's good information to know. And then this other Verge article, the actual numbers, right? But this is part of a tactic to get everybody distracted about what Yemen, which is finally starting to get some play in the mainstream media, a little bit. So we all gotta put on our detective glasses here when we deal with these mainstream articles and really see what some of the tactics are or what this is potentially doing. And people might be like, ah, Graham, you're kind of paranoid. Well, it's not paranoid. It's just look at the history lesson. Look what they've done. I don't trust any of these folks. And as I say, vote with your dollars. I know it's hard because it's like, well, I use DoorDash, Graham. I have Slack app, the Slack app on my phone, but now we know. But be leery. There's an article. Story just came out, you know, the Saudis are threatening, oh, because Trump is being vocal about the Saudis and you want $400 a gallon gasoline, that's what we'll give you. So there's something else happening. Some deep statery going down. But we're going to keep talking about it because this video would have been demonetized for sure. We're going to keep trying to find stuff. We're going to keep trying to uncover it. Thank you all for supporting the show and being political vigilantes. I pray.